Hi friends, my name is Terri Modest. Welcome to my channel. I crochet. Today I have some whips to show you and a couple of finished objects, and two of my finished objects are scarves. So let's start with that. My first scarf that I'm going to show you is made with a Lara yarn from Ice Yarns. It is 50% cotton, 50% acrylic, and it's a number 3. So what I made out of that is this beautiful waffle stitch scarf, and it's so long. It's twice this size, which you can't even see, and I love it. It's a pretty pink color, and it's cotton and acrylic, so it can be used in the spring and the fall. And it's so long. So there's one of my scarves made with a Lara yarn. And the next scarf that I made was from Universal Yarns Classic Shades in the color Sailor's Delight. And I don't have any of this left because I went until the end for this. But it's a pretty long scarf too. I used 2 skeins, and they were just different enough to where none of it is the same. Like even the blue parts, this blue part is different than this blue part. So I really like it. It's very bohemian. This one I just used the double stitch on the whole thing. It's my kind of crochet. If I could just make everything out of a double stitch going in a line, that would be perfect, because it's mindless, you know. You kind of get in the rhythm, and you don't have to pay too much attention to the scarf itself. Whereas something like this mosaic blanket is mindful. You have to pay attention to the stitch as you go, and this is very good for keeping your mind off of things, because you have to pay attention to the pattern. I've been working on this too. Another thing, this is one of my whips, by the way, and it's just made with not scrap yarn, but my stash yarns that have been in my stash for a long time, and I don't have anything planned for that particular yarn, so I'm putting it in here. Isn't it so beautiful? This is the Simple Queen Crochet Along by Tina, and she's got 2 last names that start with Thor. So in my mind it's Tina Thor, but I don't know how to say her last names, so I just won't. But this is a long-term project, because I just work on it in between gifts or projects that I really want to do. And then when I get tired of making like baskets or washcloths or something, I can dive into this like I said, this is very mindful. So I have to be in the mindset to do it. Okay. So another blanket project that I've been doing is the Jada in Stitches crochet along, the calendar cow, and it's a patchwork crochet along. And what I've been doing all year is, with the scraps from projects that I've made, I make the squares. And this is a lapgan. So like, for example, this square is my sweater that I wear all the time. This square is my daughter's hat that I made her. It was the Twisted Kraken, which turned out beautiful. I wish I had it to show to you. I have pictures, but I don't know how to edit, so I can't put them in. Anyway, this blanket, it just needs a border now. It's all done because it's December and Jada released the square, and so I did that. And now I need to do the border, which she released as well, but I haven't started that yet. But that's probably what I'm going to start doing either today or tomorrow, is the border on that blanket. That's it. That's all for my whips. And I've also got a bag that I started, very much like the baskets, where I'm using scrap yarn, scrap balls of yarn, and a lot of my scraps came from a lady in town that I had bought yarn from before, secondhand yarn, and she just gave me 2 bags full of little balls of yarn, and so I've been using that in here, and I'm almost done with all of my scraps. So then I have to start using my stash for my projects, or make other things like scarves and get more scraps. So I'm real excited about the new year coming up, Christmas coming up. I've wrapped all my presents. I gave away crochet, a lot of crochet, amigurumi stuff for my grandkids, blankets, an ottoman, scarves, washcloths, back scrubbers, and that's all I can think of right now. Amazingly enough, this year I didn't give away any hats or hats or gloves, but maybe next year I'll do that. Anyway, I had to take a sip. I'm drinking coffee out of my Where Yarn Happens cup. It's from Setta's Place. It was a gift from Setta earlier this year. And I love my Setta cup. I love my Setta, and I'm so happy she's feeling better. Prayers for Setta and her COVID-19 and her experience that she's having to stay in Virginia. Hopefully she'll get back to Alaska soon and be totally healthy and free of COVID. And I pray for her mother too. So thank you so much for coming to my channel. Thank you for paying attention to me and all of my little makes here. And I'll see you soon. Love you. Bye.